Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Another episode, Project 110. Finally come across the passenger front fender for the project truck. There it is. Let's check it out. Okay guys, as you're well aware, I've been on the hunt for parts for the old truck basically since it showed up, and I already did videos on the front driver's fender. I got an aftermarket and put on a tub, painted it all up, and I couldn't even get an aftermarket for the other side, the passenger side, because they're still not available. Even making this video now, which several months later, still not available. And a lot of that has to do with the COVID in China. That's where those parts are produced, and so they stopped producing parts and they all got consumed, and production to make new ones, I guess, still isn't going, or they haven't got here. But even my local supplier, they said when parts do get here, they will be considerably more expensive than what I paid for the replacement aftermarket for the driver's side. Now, I was at an automotive swap meet on the weekend. Finally, Burroughs Creek opened up. It's a huge automotive swap meet, all kinds of parts for all kinds of vehicles, new and used. Absolutely massive. Like, it takes all day to walk through this event. But I did come across a passenger second gen fender, and it's in excellent condition. It has a little surface rust here, a couple of small dents to pop out. The paint is the clear coat's come off the paint. Not a big deal because we're going to sand that down anyway, at least to the factory coat, if not to bare metal. And I have no doubt this fender probably came from South Carolina, because as you can tell by the old truck over there, you can't find these parts up here in this condition. So definitely came out of the southern states at one time. So let's get busy, get it cleaned up, get it sanded down, and get some of this work done. Alright guys, so as always, first thing, wash it. Now, I've gone ahead and tried to find as many of the dents that are in this as possible. They're pretty light. A lot of them I marked with an F, and other ones I marked with a P. So anything with an F is just put some filler in. Not worth the trouble to try to pull. But this one here, it's pretty big. That needs to be pulled or popped. So get busy, get the pin welder out, and get a pin on that. Possibly even can get in through the end here with a small hammer. We'll see. Now, I got most of the dent out around the bigger portion with the hammer through this small opening, but I can't quite hit the center of it. So I'm going to grind that back and weld a pin on it, and I'll probably be able to get this to pop out with just a pair of vice grips. Ended up welding a second pin on, but you guys can see that's good enough for flat for me. Now I got 220 on the Porter cable DA. I hit the other dented areas here with the 36 grit roll lock. They're nice and rough for filler, but I want to sand some of this paint back first, just in case I actually have to take this all the way to bare metal. I'm hoping I can just sand a bunch of this back to the factory primer, and then possibly build off of that. If I can, I like to do my body work on top of bare metal, but if you're doing, you can do body work over epoxy as well. It's not a big deal. That's just my thoughts. I've do it both ways, but if I can get to bare metal and get that first bit of plastic filler on that bare metal, that's what I prefer to do. Okay, so a once over sand job with the 220, 80 gritted this rusty area that I showed you before. Went around where the filler work needs done with some 80, kind of roughing the area up there. Now I'm going to get some filler on those spots, get them blocked down, see about sanding out some more of this these areas here. Like I said, about getting it back to something solid, like even this factory primer, and then encase it in epoxy. Now most of the rough in body work has been completed. Everything's sanded. Take this in the garage there and let it cool off. It's pretty warm in the sun. Mix up some epoxy primer and give this visual area, the outside portion that you see all through here. And I did sand this right back to bare metal. It was right full of little stone pits, so I figured the best thing to do with that, just sand it right out. So get that in the garage, like I say, let it cool off, and shoot some primer. Okay, so this is going to wrap up part one of two-part series on this Fender. I laid down one light coat followed by 2 wet coats of this epoxy primer. This is going to preserve my work and seal out any other issues that should arise. So till the next one, guys, as always, peace.